Dear students, good evening. Welcome to Law Excellence IAS. Let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 3rd October 2022. The first article, Choose Safe Surrender over Infant Abandonment. Let us differentiate this surrender and abandonment for a while. An abandonment means the parents or guardian, they do not take the responsibility of the child or they do not transfer the responsibility. In the case of surrender, they transfer the responsibility to others. In this case, Juvenile Justice Act has clearly mentioned that child welfare committees will be constituted in every state. These committees can take care of the children who are being surrendered. Simply said, these children can be taken care by these child welfare committees. Any kind of surrender will not lead to a criminal action. There will be no case, no FIR, nothing. Even identity can be, concealed. In this case, privacy issues are also being addressed. Lack of awareness is the major reason why abandonment is chosen over the surrender. How shall we use this information in the examination? Any child welfare related issues, either it is nutrition, education, early school education, everything, one factor which is missing in India is education. So that's why awareness generation is critical for every welfare program, every law which the parliament passes. So awareness generation shall need a separate funding. So in India, whenever we make the laws, we do not earmark the special funds towards awareness generation. So you can use this awareness generation as a point. Wherever you have got less points, you can use this to complement that. Let's go to the next article. UK is staring into an economic abyss. A new Prime Minister has come in UK. These people, what they did is a conservative approach in which the taxes are being lowered for the corporates and also high net worth individuals. What their belief is, when taxes are lowered, that money will come into public. But today, the lowering of the taxes has got mismatched with the monetary policy. On one side, the monetary policy is trying to cut down the expenditure, or else it is trying to increase the interest rates to fight the inflation. On the other side, fiscal policy has reduced the taxes. So the monetary policy and fiscal policy are at the crossheads with regard to their objectives are concerned. And obviously, this confusion is going to create chaos in the markets. And second, the UK is aiming at 2.5% of GDP growth. Now, it appears that UK is before recession. If you observe, Germany is officially into recession. Now, UK is also going into recession. And entire Europe is set to get into recession by the end of 2022. It is expected to last till 2024. We have to be careful. The next is boxed in. In India, we have high inflation with low growth. What do we call this as? Stagnation. Stagflation. Stagnation plus inflation. We call it as stagflation. What are the factors responsible for this? We have both external factors and internal factors. What are the external factors? Rise in import costs. The rupee is depreciating. Obviously, import cost will increase. That is adding to the, inflation. Second, the energy and food prices are also on rise. And on the other side, internal factors, the production is less. If you take daily consumables like vegetables, much of the horticulture got worst affected because of torrential rains. And high inflation expectations are also a reason for this. And the stagnation because of the slowdown in the advanced economies is the major reason for this. The next article is related to no family man. I always talk about internal democracy in political parties. Internal democracy is critical for the functioning of the democracy because India representative democracy is centered and revolved around the political parties. If the political parties align themselves to the democratic ethos and principles, that will evolve the democracy itself to the next level. If you observe in India, most of the political parties are centralized. This is what we call it as high command politics. The grand old party of India, Congress, is known for it. Today, internal democracy is budding in the Congress, and it shall be taken as an opportunity, and it shall set as an example for every political party in India. In this case, keeping a protege or keeping a family man in the seat and riding through a remote is not good for the internal democracy of the party. That is what this article's essence is. So that's why today there are not much of the articles to be discussed. What we can say is the awareness generation is critical for any public policy or law or to that extent welfare scheme. And second thing is ideology has directed the UK towards a kind of fiscal policy. Dogmatism on an ideology is not good. Contextual management is necessary. And third thing is internal democracy is critical for democracy, and the political parties has to go in that particular direction. The high command politics, charismatic politics, these are actually weakening the party due to lack of the second rung leadership. Today is the Congress crisis age. There is no second rung quality leadership. These are the points which we learned today. Thank you very much.